that is not moving an inch, Croft. That is very good, yeah.
A Tetris game in my head went chink, 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 chink.
I feel healthier just being on the show.
This is the House of Wellness, and this is Oprah's new BFF, Mel Doyle.
Shane Crawford.
Oh, hello, Mel.
Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
This show, we've got Jimmy Barnes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've also got Dr. Ahmed and Yvie with us.
Yes.
How's your week's been?
Oh, I'm living in the country.
Yes.
So everyone in the country talks to each other, like neighbours. When I first moved, they were just coming in introducing themselves. And my friend actually said, when you move to the country, you're going to love it because you love a chat. And everyone loves a chat up there. And they do, and I'm loving it. Everyone has stuff, and I don't have any stuff. So
what do you mean by stuff?
Gardening stuff for your properties.
Oh, you don't have like a lawnmower and things?
Like a shovel.
Yeah, well,
cup of sugar.
a shovel.
Shears.
Yeah.
Shears.
Shears. These are all things I don't have. But Sharon and Ron live across the road and they've got this stuff.
They've got the
so,
stuff.
you know what I'm going to build myself up to? Ride-on mower.
Yeah. Give the chainsaw a miss, though.
No, I just bought myself a chainsaw.
No, don't do that.
I bought myself a
Sharon and
chainsaw.
Ron are watching going, oh, God, what have we done?
So, how's your week been?
Well, my week has been lovely, thank you. And I thought I would just kick things off by showing you all my vibrator.
Oh, my God, I didn't know it was that. I didn't know we were bringing... I would have brought my... What?
No, Yvie, not that kind of vibrator.
OK.
It's my dermatology vibrator.
Hello.
Is it
Nice,
for your
right?
hands?
Name?
Yeah.
Trevor.
Yeah.
It's called Trevor.
It's called Trevor.
Oh, my God.
And I use this every day in my clinic.
For your arm?
What for?
No, so I use this when I'm administering injections for therapy, and it reduces the pain for the patients.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Although it always draws a laugh when I say I'm just going to go fetch the vibrator.
I hope so.
Where would you use that?
Yes, so because I'm alopecia specialist, most of the time I'm using it on the scalp, but I use it for any body part. So if I'm administering local to the back or the face, I'll put it in the area, or if I'm doing
Did you say area?
Did you say in the area?
The
Put it in
area.
the area?
No.
Is that a doctor
Area.
term for area?
Oh, you said area.
Area.
You said area.
Did I say area?
You did a little.
Hey, talking about hair, have a look at these shoes.
Oh, I thought you were pointing out my legs.
This looks like... Oh, sorry, Mel. I just touched your leg inappropriately. Sorry about that. It looks like you've got really hairy toes.
Oh, hairy toes.
Do you like
Maybe.
Anyway, back to your vibrator.
You're going to be the guinea pig?
Yes,
right,
right.
OK.
On my head.
Let me show you.
Does it actually make a difference to the pain, or does it distract them?
Both, so it does help. So I'm just gowning up
What are you
because...
actually doing?
You relax, Crawford. You just sit there. There's a theory behind this. It's called the gated pain
Why are
theory.
you putting gloves on?
Yeah.
You volunteered.
Yeah.
You volunteered to
I
let
thought I
that
was
do
doing it
that.
in my hair.
It's all happening.
Nice and hygienic. I also glove the vibrator, so it's safe to... I'll leave the tip on, Crawford. I'll leave the tip on. OK, look, it doesn't hurt.
Hey,
The tip is on, so this is how you do it, OK?
Jab away.
So I just inspect the area that I'm going to inject.
He's got good hair.
And then I place the vibrator on.
Oh.
Just gently, then very quickly. I
Oh,
go
it feels so good.
tuck, like this, literally like this. Tuck, tuck. Oh. So if you stimulate one form of touch, like in this instance vibration, it sort of closes the gate for the nerves to be able to process other stimuli like pain. So what ends up happening is the predominant feeling for the patient is vibration rather than the pain of the needle, and it really reduces the pain. And I can do it for
Can you put that vibrator thing back on? That was just give me a good one. Oh, my God. But how good's a head
What are the
massage?
injections in the head for?
So a number of things. So some of them are, if somebody has like an inflammatory scalp condition like psoriasis or eczema, I can put steroids in. If they're suffering from hair loss, I can put, hormone blockers or platelet-rich plasma. And if I'm removing a tumour or doing a biopsy, I'd be putting in local anaesthetic.
What about if you've got a wig on?
Your wig is pretty good, I have to say. That is a good quality hair prosthesis. I mean, that is not moving an inch.
Oh,
Prof.
you know what?
That is very good. Yeah, very good.
Ah, very good.
You're welcome.
All right.
This is why I have a chaperone for most examinations, because I'm a dermatologist, everyone takes off their clothes and then they all leave my office doing their buttons and cleaning their hair.
With their hair
I
standing
always
up.
have a chaperone in the room.
Well, don't go anywhere, because after the break, we've got Jimmy and Jane Barnes.
This next couple, they need no introduction. So I'm not going to give them one.
We've known
No.
each other for years.
Yes, no. Would you please welcome to the show? We are very excited. Jimmy and Jane Barnes. Now, Jimmy and Jane, lovely to have you both. Thank you so much
to be
for
here.
coming along.
Thanks for having us.
When it comes to Aussie music, you're an absolute superstar, but cooking?
I'm not bad, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty good nowadays. I've been trained by the best. You know, Jane's a fabulous cook, and I've been eating Jane's great cooking for, 45 years now, and I had to learn something along the way.
He didn't eat a lot in early days.
Yeah, and in the early days, it was more for fuel. You can see I'm annoying in the kitchen, too, you know?
It looks like a great setup there.
We have a great kitchen.
I don't know if I have a clue what's going on. So
Because most of the time I'm behind it doing...
Yeah. Can I just say, this is beautiful. So this is Jane
And heavy.
Jimmy's new cookbook, Seasons, Where the River Bends. It is really beautiful. It's all about seasonal cooking.
Yeah.
So-
and everything, is about what we grow and how we, put it into the menu in our house,
it's taken years because it's every season we'd have to, when things were ripe or planted or growing, we'd have to call the photographer hoping he's around. Say, Alan, dash down because...
Tomatoes already.
Yes.
A big variety of stuff that we grow. That's like it's seasonal. So, I thought we were just putting a veggie patch in. We look like we're market gardeners. It's pretty incredible.
But if you grow things that you love to eat, you're going to love what grows.
Yes.
And because we have a big family, the sisters and brothers and kids and stuff, we, what we don't eat, we sort of basket up and give it to the neighbours. It all gets cooked. Or Jane preserves it. She makes the best whiskey marmalade and really all great things that we have sort of preserved so we can use them all through the year.
With whiskey.
Very talented. The neighbours must love it because I'm sure you're belting out songs whilst you're digging away.
I sing to them. One of the trees we just moved, this big maple, Japanese maple, and we had to move it because we were doing some extensions. And I was so worried about it dying that I go out every day and I was patting it and singing to it. And I have to say, it's bounced back.
It's actually grown some little leaves.
It's got leaves. It's growing instantly.
It's working.
The neighbours think you've lost the plot, but apart from that, it's starting to grow.
Little gardening joke there.
The plot, that was very good.
I didn't think of that.
Quick, isn't it? I also love that you talk about, obviously, seasons and cooking and food, but you were talking about seasonal impacts on music.
Well, when I was writing some intros for the chapters, and I was thinking about the seasons, and for so many years as a rock and roll singer, I'd literally you get out of bed at sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and after recovering from the night before, and staggering out to the show. And by the time you get there, the sun's going down, and so every night, every day felt the same because you're in backstage somewhere, or in a car travelling. It was so we didn't really take much notice. The only things I noticed were things like I noticed when it was getting cold and I'd have to dig the leather jacket out because it was freezing. So you'd have a rock and roll leather jacket, which doubles up as a swag. You can sleep it, you can use it as a pillow. Many a night I've fallen over in the bar and it's just saved me from broken glass and all that sort of stuff. But so you'd see more leather jackets, so you think, oh, it's getting cold, So I sort of noticed, and I've tried to put 2 and 2 when I sort of noticed the girls' skirts were getting shorter. It must becoming summer, You see the difference in the crowds, and there was a lot of relating what I used to see about the seasons and what I see now, which is a totally different thing, of course.
Yeah.
What are the roles in the kitchen and the garden? Do we have a sous chef here anywhere, or
I'm the sous chef.
You've had some health issues the last few years whilst we've been doing this, so he's been excused.
Managed to weasel my way out of some of the gardening.
Of a lot of things.
Gee, it was a tough way to do it.
Yeah. But he's great on the grill. And the coals. You're very good at that.
I do a lot of charcoal. I love going. Well, we travel a lot. I mean, Jane and I used to date in Japan, and there's a restaurant where we used to go when we were dating 40 odd years ago in Tokyo, which we still go to today, and they cook everything on charcoal. And so I've over the years been trying to impress her with my charcoal.
Inspired by that.
And so I do lots of grilling. I've got smokers and wood ovens, and so I do a lot of cooking outside. I can cook a lot because I've over the years.
You're gravy king. You
gravy king.
Really make the best gravy.
I used to think I was a gravy king. Then I realised why they actually do. All the kids, oh, Dad, you make the best gravy. Everybody says that. And then I realised at the end of making a big roast, you're there cooking for 3 or 4 hours. They're all exhausted. They just want to go and sit down and drink wine. And they go, Jimmy, do the gravy. You do it so well. And I'm the only guy at the stove, going. trying to get rid of lumps.
But who sits at the table and goes, oh, I think the gravy's particularly good?
I do. I sit down and go, I think I've done myself tonight.
Nice,
So-
nice.
Now, the book was dedicated to all the health workers that you say saved your life.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
How are you going these days?
Well, I'm back in the garden.
You're back in the garden, yes.
Yeah,
and you're outperforming.
Yeah, no, listen, I had some real scares. It's been about 3 years of serious surgeries. I got through, I had a hip replacement, first off, because of sort of some bad, arthritis and things. But then, I also put it down to old age, jumping down off of PAs and swinging like a lunatic for 50 years. Did it in. I got it fixed and it was great. But then it got infected. I got a staph infection and that nearly killed me. That was really serious. And that sort of set me right back. But,
that wasn't because of the hip, by the way.
No.
It's got sepsis.
That's the doctor as well.
He doesn't remember anything.
Well, I was heavily drugged up.
The surgeons were saying to me, listen, you guys are more traumatised than him.
Yeah.
Because we'll remember everything.
Yes.
Basically.
I start telling the stories and Jen goes, no, never happened. And it's true, because it just all melts into one. But it was over about 3 years. I had open heart surgery, 3 hip replacements, which was unheard of.
I didn't know you had 3 hips.
I needed an eye.
I've learned something on this show tonight.
But even with 3 hips, I still can't dance.
But
you think you'd give me one at work.
The second hip he did after that went out and did the cold chisel tour, which was insane.
I know. So I was you're supposed to wait sort of 3 months and stuff. I think I waited. I was rehearsing with Chisel 7 weeks in and had a physio. I was like a mummy. I was like a football player. I was taped up and it was like, and I could hardly get the leather pants on. But that's probably because I've been eating all the food.
Physios around in case he did.
In case it popped.
Hip.
Oh, there you go.
And the shows would have been gone. So I managed to get through the Chisel tour, and then I had to go back in and get it fixed again. And literally, I'm sort of like run of the mill now. Get your hip done, do a tour,
You're not exactly subtle when you're out performing either. You throw everything into it, which is what all us Aussies love.
And the funny thing is, I didn't realise, but all three hips have been on this one hip. And one of the things...
Hang on, I'm confused again. So, 3 hips on the one hip.
First one, and it got infected, and then they had to take it out, and then they had to put a temporary one in. While that killed all the infection, then they took it out and put a proper one in again. Until the first operation, I said, all right, I'll go back singing. I sing, everything I do, I sing off my left foot. I'm like this all night.
Oh, yes.
And so all the weight's on there. So the physio said, can you sing like the other way, your right foot? And it's like putting your shoes on the wrong feet, underpants on backwards, And, just really the pain just made me scream a lot more, which nobody really noticed. They just thought, he's singing well tonight.
He's belting them out.
Well, we are glad that everything is good. The book is beautiful.
No, it's
congratulations.
I'm so proud of it. It really is.
Absolutely beautiful and heavy book. And I'm going to put it in our little bookcase over there.
Oh, yay!
Well, we don't have one, but I'm going to put it over there.
And both of these books are sort of like, these are gifts to our children, because all the recipes in both of the books are the food that they've been eating all their lives. And so they always come, whenever they come home, they go, oh, Mum, can you make that, such and such a dish? Now we've given them the book, they can make their own. Yes.
That beats the old hand.
I'm just going to go over here and put it on me.
Good man, that looks lovely.
Yeah, and there you go. Well done, mate.
Recipes and stories from the garden of Jane and Jimmy Barnes. Seasons Where the River Bends. It is available now. Please thank Jane and Jimmy Barnes. And a little bit later on, of course, we can't have you in without singing. So Jimmy's going to sing. Jane, you're accompanying him, which I'm really excited about.
I'm going to try.
Amazing. Can't wait. A bit later on in the show.
Yeah, love to do it.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere.
It's that time where I go head-to-head with the best of the best.
Ooh.
I was feeling the need for speed. What movie?
Top Gun.
Top Gun, yes.
Phew.
I'm glad you said that. So I decided to take on a 19-year-old young gun sprinter. His name is Brodie Smith. He was good enough for the store gift and the national champs. But was he good enough? For the Crawford. Today, I'm taking on the 100-metre sprint. All you have to do is run from here to there in a straight line. I used to do that at training. And I'm racing a teenager. My first win's coming up. Brodie?
Cool.
Is it really, Brodie?
It is, mate.
I thought I was racing a kid or a teenager. How old are you?
19.
19. You've got muscles on muscles. Have a look at the size of these legs. That's power right there. All right, I'm here to race you. Let's get right into it. You take that lane.
Cool. We've got so much more work to do.
All right, I'm in your hands. Let's go. What are we doing?
Heading to the gym. Let's do it.
Heading to the gym? We're not going to lift big, heavy weights. It's all about being explosive.
For sure. So that's where plyometric training comes in. We want to maximise our power, especially out of the blocks.
All right, we've got the hurdles out.
For sure, yep.
It's like high jump for me, these hurdles. Oh.
Jump over like that.
You're like a kangaroo. You should be a high jumper.
Arms up here.
Yes.
And straight up to the bar.
That's great control. You keep going, I got this, all right? Oh, yeah. Oh, how many? I've lost count.
Oh, come on, Crawf. I thought you were a professional. What's going on?
Was.
All right, Crawf, out on the track now, all right?
Yes.
We've got some wickets in front of us. This is all about speed, how quick you can get your foot on the ground and off the ground.
OK, show me how it's done.
All right, here we go.
Whoa. He's fast. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. Oh. Representing the House of Wellness, season PB of to be determined. Shane Crawford. The stadium is packed. They've come to see a world record tonight. Well, let's do this race. Actually, hang on. So I need a little bit of a start. So what's fair and reasonable?
How about we go 4 metres?
4 metres. I'm happy with that. Okay.
All right.
1, 2, and 4. You all right back down there?
Yeah.
On your marks, set, go! Oh, he's off to a flying start! He's in front! You were meant to be a child. He was meant to be a child. I said 200 metres. 200 metres. There you go. I thought I was racing a child. He was a man. And he was fast. I definitely ate his dust. But our athletes are absolutely killing it overseas. We've got a former Aussie sprinter and he's a coach. His name's Tom Gamble and he's here. Hello, Tom.
All good. Right.
Any hope for him?
Yeah, he's got a bit of work to do, but
okay.
there's a little bit of talent there. He can probably, maybe the Masters.
For an old guy. For the Masters.
We're dominating on the world circuit at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. We just came off the back of a World Champ campaign in Tokyo recently. We walked away with 4 medals, which is incredible. We've just been really capitalising on each major championship at World Champs, Com Games, Olympic Games. 2024 last year in Paris was arguably one of our most successful campaigns we've ever had at the Olympics.
How do you become a world-class sprinter? It's not an easy thing to do.
It absolutely isn't easy. It requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, mental mastery, physical attributes, obviously. It's a pure dedication to chasing a goal for 4 or potentially 8 years if you sort of miss your jump for an Olympic Games. Like, we define our success at the Olympics. For the athletes, it's the purest expression of, like, human ambition that you can sort of, like, follow. And it's going down a path somewhat blindly, not knowing you're going to have success at the end. It's tough to sort of, like, dedicate that 4, 8, potentially 12 years if you go to 3 Olympics.
How much of it then comes down to pure hard work? Is that the difference between having a champion and having a world champion? Yeah,
absolutely. You've obviously got to have a little bit of a lick of talent to sort of get to those higher heights. Sometimes it comes down to just, like, your genetics. High-performing athletes in the world would have, you know, their muscle architecture is just, like, defined by fast twitch fibres. That elasticity in plyometrics is kind of the defining factor of being a sprinter. So, yeah, you inherit a lot of those abilities, but that's sort of like the nature of it, and that kind of defines sort of like the super high-performing.
I did little athletics until someone did a rogue shot put and it landed on my head.
Oh, goodness.
And I heard doing, like I literally heard doing, and I quit straight away.
So pretty competitive, I'm imagining, though, for young athletes at the moment, then, given we've seen such a fabulous resurgence in athletics.
So the Olympics was our most successful campaign overseas. Our World Junior campaign last year in 2024 as well, that was in Lima, Peru. That was our biggest and most successful junior team that we've had in history. An absolute influx of junior talent coming through at the moment, which is just creating competitiveness and creating depth in our, especially in our relay ranks. Currently, everybody sort of knows Gout at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Gout.
Yeah, Gout's obviously doing some amazing performances at the moment, and he's no doubt a generational talent. And Gout being 17, I think the biggest role we potentially play is just protecting him as much as we can for as long as we can, because he is a kid.
Yeah.
And it was somewhat evident out there in Tokyo that he was a boy amongst men.
Yeah.
Fair, he held his own. He performed absolutely amazing, and he's already got the Australian record. But, yeah, we've just got to give him some time, give him some patience to figure out who he is and figure out sort of like what his path is, let him build his support around him. It's very exciting, obviously, to get caught up in the hype and to see an Australian in an Australian uniform out there competing against the best. But, we've got a huge crop of athletes coming through, which is really, really exciting.
Thank you so much, and all the best to the team. It's good. We'll be cheering. I promise.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Big thanks to Tom Gamble.
Thanks, Bob.
Well, after the break, we chat with iconic Aussie trainer. There's a lot of fitness tonight. Michelle Bridges. Should have been doing push-ups down there. Yeah. You should be doing push-ups,
feeling the
sit-ups,
pressure.
something. Work on it. She is one of Australia's most influential personal trainers and a best-selling author, and now she is tackling the subject of perimenopause. Please welcome Michelle Bridges. Tell me about your personal journey with perimenopause.
I was about 49. There were just some things that weren't checking right for me mentally. I was not sleeping at all. Basically a vampire by this stage, just awake all night. And then so I was a mess by the next morning.
Yeah.
And I was flat and I felt a little bit of anxiety, which I'd never felt before. And I wasn't really off my training. And I know when I'm off my training, there's something not quite right. And that was kind of all happening in this personal side of my world. And then on the other side, in my business world, to work on a project that I'd been asked ad nauseum from so many of my clients. Please, Michelle, can you do a program on menopause? Michelle, you've empowered, this is what you've built your career on, empowering women and giving them knowledge and tools so that they can thrive in whatever stage of life they are in. So I got busy starting to research menopause. That was all. I didn't even know the word perimenopause was a word. A Tetris game in my head went chink, 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 chink. All of this research that I'd been doing, I was like, I'm perimenopausal. And I'm ringing my team. I'm going, I'm perimenopausal. So we're doing this program on menopause. We've got to get that done. And then we've got to do a whole program because perimenopause is a even bigger topic.
What are some of the surprising symptoms that women experience?
The symptoms that often come in perimenopause, and I can talk a little bit about the symptoms, but the main one and more common ones that start out are neurological. So that's all in the brain because we have very rich estrogen receptors all over our body, but our brain has really rich ones. So the impact can often begin neurologically, sleep disturbance, brain fog, anxiety, depression.
With menopause, you sort of get drilled into this irregular periods, dry vagina, hot flushes. And those become the sort of trinity
and hot flushes is because they can't explain what a hot flush is, so that's why that's the number one symptom, but it's actually not.
And the reality is it might present with altered sensations in the skin, neurological symptoms, changes in mood, much more diffuse, nebulous symptoms, and I think they're often missed if they're not sought out.
Once I started interviewing all of my incredible specialists who were so knowledgeable, and I did all of my own research, then I made my informed choice, educated choice around going on HRT. And look, that's not for every woman. Some women won't be able to have it and some people or some ladies won't want to. But what I like to say is that every woman deserves the educated and informed conversation. They at least deserve that.
Yeah.
Hormone replacement therapy, or MHT, menopause hormone therapy as it's now known. So I have a patch that I stick on my butt. But so I take the patch, I have progesterone at night, and I am on also a small amount of testosterone as well. And I've changed my training. I've really upped my protein. My nutrition has always been excellent. I get a lot of people come up and ask me a lot of questions, and particularly ask me a lot of questions about perimenopause. And they'll want to come up and they'll want to talk about a topic that for many, many years has been unknown about, misdiagnosed, shame, taboo, ageism, and it's a really normal time of life. And I think it's a great time of life. It's a new chapter for you to start becoming the CEO of your own life. You've got to roll up your sleeves a little bit, do a little bit of work on your health, and you can literally change the directory of your longevity and your course of life. You can make an enormous difference to how the next, few decades are going to pan out for you.
That sounds like really good advice for any woman that's perimenopausal, doesn't quite know what's going on, and wants to take back control of her life.
100%. I mean, you've got the reins. And so this book is really about, I guess, giving people the education that you can have the crossroads around that perimenopausal time, and you can choose which path you want to go down. It's up to you.
Great message, really good message.
Yes.
Thank you.
All that information. All that information. Michelle's book, The Perimenopause Method, it's out now. There it is. Do yourself a favour. Please thank Michelle Bridges.
Thank you. Well, don't go anywhere, because later in the show we've got the working class man Jimmy Barnes performing live.
The next segment has been talked about all around the world. It is going off. It's Mel Doyle, and she's in the kitchen.
There are a lot of weird and wacky wellness trends out there, and I urge you to try all of them, no matter the danger. No? Oh, OK, sorry. Lawyers are frantically waving at me. So let's move on and head to Canada for a little bit of sun gazing. That is right, sun gazing, because eye burning was a harder sell. Now, some proponents of the controversial practice say that staring directly at the sun improves eyesight and boosts your mood. Other proponents say, hey, who said that? Where am I? I can't see. The official medical position on sun gazing is don't ever do this, you idiots. Personally, if I'm going to Canada to stare at a shining star, it's going to be Celine Dion. Let's now go to sunny Taiwan, where wellness and cooking have collided thanks to their famous egg spas. Prepare to poach as you relax in hot springs infused with forest minerals, where the warmest pools are also used to boil eggs, meaning you can conclude your unique spa treatment with a delicious eggy treat. But boy, do they kick up a fuss when you try to sneak in some rushes of bacon. And then I actually think as a wellness rule, never eat anything that you find floating in a spa. But let's go to Japan for a traumatic twist on wellness with their Cry with a Stranger workshops, where people take part in the ancient art of tear-seeking. But don't worry, because when the floodgates open, professionals known as handsome weeping boys are on hand to wipe away your tears. The sessions are said to promote friendship and help get people in touch with their emotions. That's Cry with a Stranger, or as I call it, the nightclub toilets. Also, a slightly weird coincidence that handsome weeping boy was Crawford's nickname in high school. But that is worldwide wellness. Back to you, my handsome weeping boy. Put that on your T-shirt.
Can you dab that?
Yeah.
Oh, not with your bloody hand. Well, like with like a tissue, don't they? I don't know.
Now, let's get into a viewer question because Katie writes, Doctor,
Yeah.
recently my boyfriend started making jokes that my cankles are a turn... Oh, get rid of him. Are a turn-off. And has asked me to do something about them. I would do something about him, but what can I do? I've always kept fit, but nonetheless, the cankles appeared when I turned 46. My boyfriend says they're get rid of him. My boyfriend says they're embarrassing, but they don't bother me. My question is a two-parter. How do I reduce the swelling? And should I ditch my boyfriend? Yes, you should. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, so I'm inclined to agree with you about the second half of the question. I think that's pretty straightforward.
I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
Right?
Get rid of him.
Yeah, Katie, if you're listening, get a new boyfriend. The first part of the question, though, is a bit more nuanced.
Okay.
So how to proceed will depend on what's actually happening with Katie's cankles.
Okay.
So we need to establish whether it's water and fluid, and then we refer to that as lymphedema or edema, or if it's actually adipose tissue or fat distribution, and that's lipedema, and they're pretty separate issues.
Right. But they can both be treated if you want them to?
Not so much. Water is much easier to deal with, like, say, from when you've been on a flight, a long flight.
Cankles on a plane.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So that is pretty straightforward.
Cankles on a plane.
What's happening there, Mel, when you're on the plane for prolonged periods, normally the pump that operates in your lower leg to take fluid and blood back to the heart is just not being used because you're sat still for so long. Exactly. And so you end up with extravasation, like pouring out of some of that fluid into the tissue.
Especially when Mel's in first class like this.
Maybe I should
my
be.
ankles are getting a bit...
Can I do anything?
Ankles.
Do I have to sit there and do little exercises and stuff?
Yes, exactly. No, there's loads of things you could do. Probably the best advice I can give you is to wear flight stockings. So compression hosiery is a really nice way of artificially pushing that water back in.
Yeah.
Exactly as you mentioned, you can do your musculoskeletal pump activities like they teach you on the plane.
You can wear your leggings from the 80s.
Crawford is also right. Elevation, if you have the luxury of
I'm going to insist on it.
supine on the plane, that will help. But when it's deposition of fat, like adipose tissue, that does happen, and unfortunately happens to women a lot more than men, and often starts around this middle-age period. We call that lipedema. I know, it's not a fully... Just a little gift for you there, another one, Mel. But it's not fully understood why. It's believed that it's to do with multiple things like hormone changes, inflammation in the fat, but that one is a bit harder to treat. But some things that have been tried have been massage, compression hosiery, low inflammatory diet to try and prevent the inflammation in the fat. And also there are some surgical techniques and some forms of liposuction for the lower limb, which can sometimes be used, but that one's harder to treat.
Yeah, that would be painful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. My friend will be really happy with all that information. Asking for a friend.
After the break, we have the one, the only, it's going to be huge, massive, Jimmy Barnes, so do not go anywhere. We're back, and guess who else is here? It's Aussie music legend, Jimmy Barnes.
I feel healthier just being on this show.
Oh, my gosh, don't we all? I love it. I love it.
We've got a doctor here. If anything goes wrong, can you fix this? It's a fourth hip.
He's gonna lift his shirt up at any moment, isn't he?
So you're about to go on tour.
Yeah.
Working Class Man, 40th anniversary.
Who would have thought, eh? Seems like yesterday. I mean,
Does it?
that record, when it came out 40 years ago, I remember it was such a big moment in my life because I'd sort of come out of Cold Chisel, was freaking out about whether I was going to do okay. I put out Body Swerve, which went to #1, and it sort of gave me a bit of breathing space. This record, I felt, was the record. If I didn't do a good record, my career could have been over. I walk into the record company and I meet this gentleman called Jonathan Cain, who played the band called Journey, and he writes Working Class Man for me. And I knew I was making the record that was going to be like a career-defining record. So it's so great to get back and celebrate 40 years of it.
Amazing. And what can fans expect? Special guests?
Well, I'm out touring with Mossy, Ivor Davies, Icehouse, and Kate Sobrano, all dear friends of mine. Yes. And in fact, John Rooney, who's the surgeon who did my hips, has got a band.
Oh, what?
And he's coming out, opening up John Rooney band, and he's coming out opening up for me. He's opening up instead of opening me up.
There you go. Called the hipsters.
And he's the head of orthopaedics at St. Vincent's.
Wow. You know I sing too, right?
You're in. You're in the next...
Singing dermatologist.
Next tour, we're in. So so it's going to be a great tour, and I've got all these dear friends who've been around since that same time. You know, Mossy's been with me, playing with me for 50 years. You know, Ivor, I met Ivor in 1979, and Ivor played with me the night on the same show with me the night I met Jane. And Kate Sobrano, I met Kate, I mean, she was about 18 or 19 we were doing Australian Made. And I remember watching Kate, and I'm just thinking, look at this girl, full of beans, absolute powerhouse, non-stop, you know, like just glowing.
You talked quite a lot about the things that have happened to you, and you should kind of be dead, but you've survived them. You're looking in pretty good shape.
I have good Scottish genes, you know, tough Scottish genes. And the staff at St. Vincent's Hospital were really... I remember... when I woke up one day in there and I thought I was going to die, and they saved my life. I had back surgery, hip surgery, open heart surgery, all within months of each other, and it was just incredible. And I'd be gone if it wasn't for them.
And when you're touring now, what do you do? Like, do you take a leaf out of your own book to try and stay healthy? What do you do?
I train. I swim a lot. I do lots of swimming because of less impact. So I'd swim laps, you know, quite a few days of the week. I do Pilates.
Yes.
You know, I walk miles, and I'm hyperactive. I never sit still anyway. So. But the last few tours, I've taken a physio with me everywhere just to keep me sort of in case anything went wrong. But I hope I'm not cursing myself. But I think this tour I'm going to be okay, and I'm going out on my own.
As far as touring goes, has touring life changed a lot over the 40 years?
Well, yeah. Now it's yoga and meditation. Yeah. Used to be yoga and medication, you know. So now it's much more zen now. You know, when I was 16, I joined Cultures when I was 16. We were wild, and sort of as the years went on, it got wilder and wilder. These days, I just want the most important thing to me besides my family is the time I spend on stage, and I want to be the best. Every day I wake up and all I do is think about being the best I can possibly be on stage. So like backstage is sort of, you know, there's drinks there for guests and stuff like that, but I drink honey and hot water and, you know, cider vinegar and all that sort of stuff.
You love bringing joy to the audience, don't you? You get so much out of that.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, the singing is, you know, I watch all those TV shows about kids, you know, like The Voice and all that, and they're great. But it worries me when I hear kids all saying they just want to be famous. Yeah. I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted to get up and be able to sing great. I wanted to sing the best. And over the years, I've learned that important. What makes you a great singer is connecting with an audience. If you know, when I sing, if I can see the whites or sometimes the reds of their eyes, you know, you really connect with them, and that's when you sing better. So I'm a lucky man.
Now, we definitely cannot let you go without performing, so we're going to let you go over there and get yourself ready. And you're actually going to sing in the kitchen, so it's perfect branding for your book.
It's perfect. It's really good. I sing in the kitchen all the time.
OK, yeah, well, there you go. So it's a perfect place for you to belt out a tune. The audience is ready to go. Jimmy Barnes is ready to go. Mel, this is going to be awesome.
Thank you. We're going to let you set up. It's been fantastic. Thank you
for
joining us.
Jimmy Barnes.
Yvie and Ahmed. Barnsley's Working Class Man 40th anniversary tour kicks off on the 22nd of November, so head to Ticketmaster now.
Plus, there's a special 40th anniversary release of the album. And to take us out tonight, this is going to be huge. Please give it up for Jimmy and Jane Barnes with Working Class Man.
Working hard to make a living, bringing shelter from the rain. A father's son left to carry on, blue denim in his veins. Oh, 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 he's a working class man. Yeah. Well, he's a steel town disciple. He's a legend of his kind. Running like a cyclone across the wide Australian sky. Oh, 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 he's a working class man, and he believes in God and Elvis. He gets out when he can. He did his time in Vietnam, still mad at Uncle Sam. He's just a simple man with a heart of gold in a complicated land. Oh, yeah, he's a working class man. Oh, yeah. Well, he loves a little woman. Someday he'll make his wife, saving all the overtime for the one love of his life. He ain't worried about tomorrow, 'cause he just made up his mind. Life's too short for burning bridges. I take it one day at a time. Oh, 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 he's a working class man. Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 he's a working class man. Oh, yeah. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah, he's a working class man. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, man, 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 man. I tell you, he's a working class man. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, he is. Oh, yeah. I tell you, he's a working class man.